Welcome to the Ladies of Point. We're so excited to be here tonight because we have a very exciting show. We have our girl, Michelle Washington, editor-in-chief of Women of More magazine, who actually happens to be one of the co-producers of the show, believe it or not. But we're just so happy that she's with us this evening because we're going to be talking about some things that sometimes could be a little bit controversial. You know, sometimes, you know how we're on social media, we'll see some things come up. And it's like, what would you do? What would you say? But sometimes you want to chime in, but you're afraid to chime in. All right, we're going to be chiming in. Here's the beauty of tonight's show. We don't know what we're going to be talking about. So I have some things that may rattle you a little bit, but I want you to share. But most importantly, we want your input. So tag a couple of your friends, family members. If they're not on Facebook, go to YouTube, tell them to jump on. We want to hear your commentary. We want to hear from you. So ladies, hey, Michelle, welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited. This is a privilege and an honor, and it's fantastic.
So tonight, guys, now, you know how sometimes we feel as though that, let me back up. Sometimes we say that the man is the head of the house, okay? Some people don't believe in that. I understand nowadays there's two incomes, okay? Now, I saw a post and I kind of stole it from someone else's page. All right. So Derek Jackson, thank you for your post. He posted this and it stirred up some serious conversation. He says, if a man pays exactly half the bills, if he pays half the bills, can he still be called a provider? Alexa, what would you say? You're on mute, honey.
Letting that sink in. If a man pays exactly half the bills, can he still be called a provider? Ooh, we're getting into some juicy territory right off the top, because I'll be honest with you, I have a thing about provider. And maybe it's because I'm a Christian and I am so sold out completely to God. He has provided for me this way, that way, and the other. I always think of God as my provider, and I think of Robert, my husband, as my partner. And even if the tables are turned where he's providing more than 50 or I'm providing more than 50, I don't. That's a rough one. I'm gonna say no.
Ooh.
Well, no. I'm sorry. Half is exact. Half is exactly the same. So yes. Ooh, that's a rough one. Okay, chime in. Let me think about this. Michelle.
So I was going to say, Alexa, that was so Christianly like you to answer that way. That was just like, you know, it came from your heart. Well, from the spirit of you. So that was great. I would have to echo and say, God is my provider. And I would have to say, I'm not looking or look for my husband to be the provider per se. It is a partnership. And I think sometimes, and I'm going where you was going, I'm going deep. I'm not trying to be deep, y'all. I'm just trying to answer in a way that's going to bring a new revelation to it. That sometimes we're getting in marriages or relationships looking for that person to be the thing instead of us being the thing. So I would say if a man paid, yeah. So no, it doesn't. Yes and no, because I don't know what to tell you. You know,
for those of you who are joining, I mean,
Alexa, come on! I know you got something to say.
Come on, just come on in for the hey and this Faith.
Unmute yourself, Alexa. Come on.
Our girl Faith, I'm just laughing because I'm thinking this is rough, but our girl Faith is saying providing is more than money.
Yes.
Providing is more than money.
But what
So,
else is they're providing? I mean, if he's
well,
a
see,
provider,
in this specific question, we're talking about money,
okay.
paying half the bills, paying half the bills.
Yes,
So,
that's
and
agreed.
then Kayla Ward, she's saying, I'm going to say yes. There are some people who are not providing anything. I think it's easier if two are working together. Just my opinion. That's exactly what we want to hear, your opinion. So thank you. Appreciate that. What do you say, Serge?
Well, not to get deep, I was going to say yes. If a man pays exactly half the bills, can he still be called a provider? Absolutely. I think, well, of course, we're going to get deep when defining provider. Now, in this scenario, we're talking about paying bills. My house is a two-income household. We both provide. So, yeah, I am also the provider. So is my husband. So I would say it's 50-50. Some people would disagree and say, no, I don't think so because he's not the provider.
Okay. Okay. So we're saying your bottom line is you're both providers.
Yes.
You're both providers in the
But
house.
why she's not mentioning God as the provider, Alexa? Because you and I were on the same page about Jesus.
Because we're holy. We
Um,
can't say anything about faith.
Now you said that because you said if I said that about my best friend, it would have been a whole nother show. But I'm gonna mute myself. Go ahead, Alexa.
I'm going to go now to a question that I have, and it's called stress the X. So imagine a woman is talking on the phone. This is a scenario. Imagine that you are with your current boyfriend and your ex-boyfriend calls to say that he's broken, he's hurt, he's depressed, he's thinking about suicide, he's just going through and he really needs to talk to you. I mean, you're kind of like his go-to. He turns to you, it's a crisis, and there you are with your current boyfriend. You get this text come in. What do you say? What do you do? What'd you say?
Call your mama.
So you're not having any of it. You're just like, look, you need to take care of yourself.
Listen, you're an ex for a reason. Okay? You're an ex for a reason. And if I'm with my current boo and you blowing up my phone, and of course I know it's contingent upon why you broke up, blah, blah, blah. Why is he calling you? Why is he calling me? Why am I going to make your issue my issue now by probably when I'm, home alone, calling you?
But sir, it's serious. He's depressed. He's thinking about suicide. It's like, oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. I say call somebody who cares. Because at the end of the day, you're my ex for a reason. Michelle, you're a go.
Says, first of all, I just want to let the audience know that Serge is saved and filled with the Holy Ghost. She speaks in tongues. She prayed for people at the altar. So don't get it twisted. I'm just looking out for you, sis. I want people to have a vantage point about you that's not consistent with what Alexa and I are projecting. So we're all saved. Anyway, if my ex has my number, he has it for a reason because sometimes you will block your ex, change the number or whatever the situation is. If my ex called, I would say, what's up, what's going on? Or I would say, this is what I know we probably all do this. If we're doing something, we would hit the thing you could send a person. Can I call you later or something like that? I would say, hey, are you okay? And if he responded like, I really need to speak with you, I will reach over to my husband and say, hey, I know something's going on with us, but this seems urgent. Do you mind me taking a call?
I think I'm kind of along your lines, Michelle. I would basically say, I would look at the text and I would think, wow, this is serious. And I would kind of, first of all, if I'm not talking to him on a regular, this is not like he's bouncing in and out of my life. But if he's like, I don't talk to him that much, and then I have the clear blue, I get this call, this text, I would be more inclined to help him out because I don't really know what's going on. And if he's talking about suicide, I take that kind of seriously. But I do think if my current boyfriend, or now obviously my husband was there, I would be like, John's got a problem and read this text and I want to go talk to him. So a little combination. But I am cracking up because I love Anissa. Anissa is like you, sir. She's saying, call Jesus. There you go. Call Jesus. That's the only one you need. Tell Alice said, tell him to seek professional help because I can't help. All right, Alice, I hear you. That's so cool. So, Serge, you got another one for us?
Yes, I do. And then I'm gonna turn it over to Sissy. Okay. This one, I'm sure you guys have seen this post, but I found this very interesting. Could your best friend, guy or girl, get engaged at your wedding? Could your best friend, guy or girl, get engaged at your wedding?
Michelle, jump in.
I would say yes, just don't surprise me. Come talk to me first and say, hey, I'm thinking about, how would you feel about it? I would say yes. I mean, yeah, let's
No,
go.
absolutely no.
But this is my vantage point. This is my vantage point.
No.
So you're telling me if I was getting married and maybe your fiance came over to, no, he's not your fiance yet. Your boyfriend came over to me and said, hey, I know this is, do you mind? For my best friend? Absolutely. So we could celebrate the same day. I got married, you got engaged.
No.
Like, why not?
That's your day. That is your.
Nobody care.
It's all about the bride, the groom too, but it's all about the bride. Okay, that is your day. Why would I take that opportunity to get engaged at your, I guess, reception or ceremony, whatever? To me, my vantage point, that's a little bit insensitive. You couldn't do it the day before or the day after, or maybe when it's all over. Maybe that. Here we go. I got it. Do it that night when everybody goes home.
Serge, I'm with you. I'm with you because I'm thinking as much that goes into a wedding, all the details, all the planning, your family, your friends, etc. Unless it happens like, and I mean late in the reception, like everybody's just kind of winding down and it's the inner circle and that loves us both, me and my best friend. But first of all, I'm thinking it's probably him that's like surprising her. Like he's, it's not planned on my best friend's part. He's just jumping in doing this thing. And then, I'm going to try not to hold it against him for the rest of his life. I say no. I say no. Alice, I see you with me. She said, no, emphatically no. That is your day to celebrate. I hear you. Bessie said she may as well have worn a white dress too. Hello. She may have worn a white dress too. Faith, what are you saying? If it happens, I need to know, and it has to happen at the very end.
So Faith is pretty much like me. If it happens, the guy need to come to me and say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this.
And then
end, meaning when everything is over.
Well,
yeah, at the end, it's only just a few of us left. Michelle, what you got?
All right, so we already know about, I'm trying to figure out in my head, like right now, which one I want to go to, but I'll go with this one. With the whole Karen thing, around the world, she shows up in different places. My issue with that is, it seems to me like the person she's addressing always stay there as if they can't leave. Like Karen would say, no, stay here. You can't leave. And the person is going back and forth with the person, like move out of my way or whatever. If Karen did that to me, now I'm still saved, but I'm getting ready to act like Serge right now. What I would do, if she got in my face like that, I'm pushing her out the way. That's what I'm going to do. And my voice is changing for a reason. Karen is not going to stop me from moving forward. No, stay right here. Wait for the police. I was getting ready to say something right there, Alexa, but
Got you.
Look, I'm not waiting around for for the police to come around because I'm doing something right. So what would you do if Karen approached you about whatever Karen approached you about? Would you stay and have that dialogue with her?
I think most people, I would not stay. whatever the scenario is, if it was at a grocery store or whatever it was, I would do my business and then go on about my business. So I wouldn't stay just because she's telling me to stay. I think a lot of people um, don't want to escalate the altercation, especially Black males, because once the police gets involved, it's a whole nother story sometimes. So I think that's why sometimes it's tempered to the description you gave, Michelle. But frankly, it would be like, I'm out of here. I have very little patience for those conversations that are not really going anywhere. And when people are screaming at the top of their lungs, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah, I will probably turn the other cheek on that one too. Because sometimes, and this is where I'm going to go ahead and end.
Sis, like, can you be honest on your own show? You search Marie. You search the woman that I know would turn the other cheek. Now, sis,
Call it out.
I would, it would take, I ain't gonna lie, it would take a lot of willpower to do that because I am feisty and I don't walk. And here's my issue though. I applaud what Alexa said. She said, I will walk away. And for me, it's very difficult to walk from confrontation. I don't start or initiate confrontation, but once it comes to me, I'm usually ready for it. But a person with that mindset, you really can't argue with a fool. You really can't. So it's like, how do you argue with the fool? You're wasting your breath. You're casting your pearls amongst a swine. So you might as well just keep it pushing. So that's why I say it would be difficult. You're right, sis. It would be difficult for me. But then it's like when you're even when you're debating, you're hoping that there would be some form of understanding or a mutual agreement. With a fool, you can't do that.
Yeah, and that's my point. At a certain point, this is not going anywhere. I'm assuming we've already kind of had the initial conversation that got us into this yelling match, and it's like I don't have time for that.
but what would y'all say to her? Because Karen is always, placing herself in situations that it's really not meant. She's trying to act like the police or the authority for whatever is happening. Sis, I really don't believe you would turn the other cheek. What would y'all say to her?
Well, it depends what we're arguing about.
It doesn't matter. We know Karen is like a fool.
Again,
so if we're arguing about, I don't know, whatever it is we're arguing about, I'm going to state my case. Obviously, I'm in the right because that's what Karens do. They check you for ridiculous things. So I'm going to state my case. She's going to start to yell. I'm going to state my case again because maybe she just, takes a little time to think it through. She's going to start yelling. At that point, it's like, I can see where this is going. I understand the kind of person that I'm dealing with. And it's like, bye. I'm not going to leave without my groceries. I'm not going to leave in some way harmed, like she got the better of me. But I'm going to walk away.
What if she?
And the only exception is just she lays hands on me.
That's why I was going to ask you, what would you do if she tried to block you from leaving? Because Karen is the type of Karen. And to those that are watching, we want to let you know who Karen is. Karen is from another culture that is kind of fair. Not kind of, but she is fair majority of the times. And she's always, what would you always say? Because I'm getting ready to go somewhere that y'all probably don't want me to go. Can we define Karen?
Define away.
She is someone that is foolish. She's betrayed the mindset of an idiot. My mother called people that do things wrong a dumb idiot. So there's like a double whammy. But I'm sure entitled. So I'm sure the people that are watching right now know who Karen is. But I wanted to make sure they knew that it's just not Karen, but those individuals that betray themselves that way. Sis, what if the Karen would try to stop you from moving or leaving? You're in your car now. Y'all finished the argument. You're in your car. And she's like, no, you're not going nowhere. What would you do, sissy? Please be honest.
I probably would run her over.
Jesus. Now, Alexa, see what I'm talking about? That's you and I, we're going back and forth with this salvation thing. Come on, sis. You would run her over.
If I'm walking away from the conversation and I'm being provoked to the point where you're stopping me from leaving, then we're going to have a problem. I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. If I'm walking away and I'm trying to minimize this and I don't want it to escalate, but yet you are physically trying to stop me, we have a problem. I'm just being honest. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Anissa, I thank you for jumping in. She said, "Oh, that's different. If you put your hands on me, Lord, take the wheel. I will try to remain calm. If you start physically impeding me, putting your hands on me, something of that nature, you will see that this 5 foot 3.5 inch woman has some muscle and some power. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to throw you in front of a car. I'm not going to run you over, but I will bodily remove you from my presence. That you can bank on." Shamika said, "Vroom, vroom, vroom." She revving it up. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Oh, yeah, that's funny. Tiffany says, if I mind your business, you wouldn't like it. So what makes you think you can be in my business? Don't do what you don't want done to you. Y'all got to go with the golden rule. Y'all got to go with the golden rule. That's funny. All right, I want to bring in one more.
Okay.
What about now? This kind of has to do with gender roles. Okay, imagine yourself, and I guess that's kind of where we started too. Imagine yourself. You're walking down the street. You just came home from the gym. You're a man. You're walking down the street. Just came home from the gym or something, and you see a car pulled over, and obviously a couple is there, and they had a flat tire. What would you do if you saw this scenario and the woman was the one who was changing the tire, and the man was standing there on his cell phone? You're
Go ahead.
walking down the street, you see this scenario. Does it bother you? Do you jump in? What do you do?
Oh, really, sis? You gonna let me do this? All right.
I was wait. I could jump in. You let me know. I would be like, sis, what's up? What's happening right now? In my voice, like, sis, like, what's going on? I was do just that, and I'll be looking at him the whole time, like, sir, you good? I would actually do this. It would sound just like that, and
Let me
I would probably.
he doesn't know how to change a tire.
Honey, if
Say
you
it
don't know
again.
how to
Say it
you
again,
wouldn't
Serge. What you said? Serge, say it again.
I said, suppose the man doesn't know how to change a tire, and
That's
she.
fine. But he wouldn't be on his phone like that. He would be holding something. He would be bending down with me, because it could happen. It could happen. But he wouldn't be doing that. And if I walked up to it, I would definitely, make sure she's good as an ambassador of Women of More around the world.
I know that's right. I ain't gonna lie with Sissy on that one. I like what Tiffany said. She says, "Oh, H, no, I feel you, sis. I feel you." Because I would have been like, "Sis, really? Is that what we're doing right now?" Now, granted, I'm gonna give the brother some grace. Maybe he doesn't know how to change a tire. I get it, but to your point, Michelle, he needs to help her. That's such a turn off. I'm sorry, that's so unattractive to me.
That's I'm kind of with you guys. My first thought was, there are a lot of things, gender roles, right? So there's a lot of things that we have traditional gender roles, but it's more culture than anything else. Because, like you said, maybe he doesn't know how. Maybe she's strong and he's weak. Maybe she's a mechanic. Think about it that way. So there are some legitimate reasons why she might be down there changing the tire. But the look, I mean, dude can't just be passively like, "Hey, you handle it. I got other business to do." It's like, let's do this together. Like you said, hand me a tool, stoop down with me or something. I don't have a problem with her changing the tire. I really don't. But if he's going to be on this like careless angle, not doing anything, I'm not feeling that. Trina said, done. He would accidentally get left right there. After that tire is fixed, Trina would hop in the car and it's a bye-bye. Kayla said, he shouldn't be driving if he can't change a tire. Just kidding. He should be holding the lugs or something. Do something. Kayla, come with it. You know the word, lugs. All right. Faith said, yeah, you are helping me in some way. In some way, you got to get down there. So I think we're all on the same page.
Oh,
Michelle,
yeah.
you got another one?
Yes. Did you have one? Go ahead, sis.
one. I want to go. No, you go.
No,
You're right.
no. Go ahead. I can
Go
wait. Go.
ahead, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is girl, ladies. We have a lot of ladies. No guys on this one. Okay. I really need your input because I struggled with this one. Here's the scenario. Okay. Here we go. Every day you get home from work, a 16-hour job, and this is the scene in your kitchen. All right. And the story doesn't end in the kitchen. The catch is he has been home all day, which is your husband or your boyfriend, all day cooking and cleaning, even ironing your clothes. He doesn't like to work a 9 to 5. My question is he a keeper and why? So the scenario is you have this man, your boyfriend or your husband, y'all living together. He doesn't like to work, but you work 16 hours a day. You have a very stressful job, but he cooks all your meal, honey. He cleans your house. He irons your clothes. Do you keep him? Alexa.
Yes. Heck yes. To each his own, baby. I'm doing the job I like. I'm succeeding in my career. I'm happy where I am. Yay, me. He's doing his thing at home. He knows how to cook. He knows how to clean and obviously other stuff. So yes, yes, yes. We're happy. That's a little slice of heaven right there. I say I'm with it. It's just my vantage point.
Hey, before I answer, can we reset the conversation to let people know, those that are just joining, what's this all about? Alexa, please tell the people, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about scenarios that we have found social media and other places, and we're just inviting everybody to share their vantage point on what you would do in different situations. What would you do if this was a scenario, as Serge just brought up? Because we've been just bouncing back and having a whole lot of fun this half hour, just talking about different scenarios. What would you do? So on this particular one, you just heard my scenario. I would say, yes, that's my vantage point. I'm good with it. And we have our special guest, Michelle Washington, in the house. Michelle, what are you thinking?
I have to agree. I would say yes. Obviously, he has a form of discipline if he's looking like that. He's working out. He's doing all the right things. So he's contributing. He's providing, like we were saying in the very beginning, he's providing for the household, for me and the children and everything. Absolutely. He doesn't have to work. No, he's fine. Just like that. Amen.
Serge?
I agree. He's a keeper. He's a keeper. Listen, he's contributing because let's be honest, ladies, we have husbands and we dated guys who work 9 to 5. We work 9 to 5 and they don't contribute at all in the house. So we pretty much leave and work to go to work. Yeah. So if he's doing his part, clean, cooking, taking care of whatever needs to be taken care of in the house, and I'm doing my part.
Not to mention, okay, shoes on the other foot. If a woman is home, cooking, cleaning, etc., isn't she working? Isn't she contributing? I mean, we value that when it's a woman at home. So, hey, we can value that.
I'm glad you said that, Alexa, because we do that. And that's, I guess, the double standard that we just have being a male and a female. We won't even look at the woman like, why is she not working? We're like, oh, she's staying home with the kids and keeping the house. There's even no thought around it because it's okay. But for a man to do it, I mean, of course, the man need to look like this. He don't need to look like, the food must,
That's your vantage point. Go ahead, Michelle. That's your vantage point.
I would say he can't just be sitting around looking like a hippity hoppity when I come home and we're eating oodles and noodles. I mean, fix the food, don't just vacuum the floor, like wipe down the walls and everything, So okay. I think
let me jump in here. Shamika is saying, sounds like his job hours are unconventional. I'll say he's a keeper. Anissa said, it's a yes for me too. As long as your helpmate is contributing to the family, it's a yes. But he would have to find some skills to contribute financially as well. Start a business. I will support it. Okay, so you want both. You want the work and the money. Okay, I hear you, girlfriend. Okay, we are running out of time. This went by so quickly.
Yeah, one more in, just one more.
Yeah, you want to put another one in, Serge?
I can, but Sissy, I think you have
I was going to Sissy, yeah. Sissy, give us one more.
So here's the question. What would you do if you saw your friend's significant other, male or female, with someone else? And it wasn't like they was just having Bible study or praying, okay? But you could obviously tell that your friend, male or female, is talking or out with someone else. What would you say or what would you do?
I'll go. Let me ask you this. I see my friend, significant other, with the opposite sex. How, what's the body language? That's number one.
This I just said is obvious that they're flirting. They're in
Oh,
a compromise.
you did not say flirting.
Okay, but
Okay. Okay. Now you give me some groundwork. All right. Well, what I would do as a friend, I would go to my girlfriend's significant other and be like, "How you doing?" And I would introduce myself to whomever he's with or she's with, whatever. And I would be like, and you are? What is your name? And I would look at the boyfriend, husband, or whatever, to let them know we have a problem. And what I would do when I walk away, I'll probably would take a picture. Then walk away
for
and
sure.
call my girl like, sis, what you doing? You need to come here right now. I'll wait for you. We need to handle this situation. That's what I would do.
Mm-hmm. Alexa, you on
I'm
mute?
with you. I'm with you. Yeah, I think I would do the same thing. I
Mm-hmm.
think I would do the same thing. I like the fact of I'm not the one who needs to hide. I'm not the one who needs to be shocked. I'm not the one who needs to like go clandestine for some reason. You're out in the open doing whatever it is you're doing. So I'm going to walk by like I know you because I do. I'm going to say hi like I know you because I do. And then you have a chance to explain, your scenario. Michelle, you have a thought?
I'm telling. I'm gonna take the picture first because, like Faith said, she said sometimes you have to, show proof because sometimes that you need that. Then I'm gonna let my friend's significant other know that I've been there, and then let my friend know I'm actually gonna do that. And then once I call my friend, I'm gonna say, "What you want to do? What we gonna do about it?" Because I'm telling. I'm telling. And I think everybody said that. Shamika said, I'm telling. Wayna said, I'm going to approach him and then she's going to tell. Trina Vessels, I'm going to say hi to him, then I'm telling. Anissa, she said, I'm telling, take a picture and tell my friend can address her spouse. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. This is a similar scenario. Okay. Just with a little bit of a twist.
Okay.
What if you're like vacationing, like a whole bunch of friends are vacationing, you're all coupled up and stuff, and your friend's husband accidentally like comes into your room while you're changing clothes, like opens the door while you're changing clothes or opens the pool door while you're changing clothes or something. And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Don't tell my wife. I'm sorry about that. I really am." And he shuts the door really quickly. Now he just told you, "I'm sorry, don't tell my wife." Didn't give you a chance to respond, yes or no, but shuts the door really quickly. Would you tell her?
Believe him that it was an accident, though.
I think it was an accident and maybe he was more embarrassed. That's something, especially if he hasn't shown me vibes that he's trying to do something with me. If that was the first time,
Yeah, I'll probably let it slide.
Yeah.
I'm with Michelle on this one because, to her point, look, come on, ladies, we know when a man is attracted to us or flirting, with subliminal messages. So if I'm not picking that vibe up from him, I probably will let it go because I don't want it to be weird.
Yeah. But see, that's just it to me. I would let it go, but it would be weird for me. I don't like the idea of having something that I'm not telling my friend. And I know it's small, and that's why I was a little conflicted because I was like, I don't want to make it bigger than it was. I don't want to cause trouble. He didn't even give me an opportunity to respond, so it's not like I agreed that I wouldn't say anything. But at the same time, so now when I see my friend, it's like, oh yeah. So I'd have to like try to forget it as quickly as I could.
But Wayne made a great point. She says, "Well, why would he say don't tell her? Because he's embarrassed."
Oh yeah, thank you. That's a good one, Wayna.
That's a good point.
That's a good point, Wayna.
That's a good point.
Don't tell her.
Oh, this is a good one. Oh my God.
So yeah, yeah.
That was a good one. That's a good one.
Okay,
It would be hard. And to your point, I wouldn't want to keep that from my friend. I'm stuck.
you're stuck.
Well,
Okay. Anybody have one more juicy one you want to share? Because we're running out of time.
I do have one. All right. In closing, can a man without money
Mhm.
make a woman happy in a relationship? Can a man without money make a woman happy in a relationship?
Okay, you're gonna have to switch back to that other picture, and I'll say yes. My friend right here, there's a problem. We have a problem with my friend right here who doesn't look like he has been up for the last 16 hours. And he looks like he probably, is not really keeping up with the house, keeping up with the laundry, and he's checking me out. So yeah, not this particular gentleman, I would say. But in general, yeah, sure. Yeah.
I
Definitely can make me happy.
contributing in some way, shape, or form to your point, like our previous scenario, I would be more lenient towards the fact that he's not working and he has no money because clearly I'm the provider here financially. But looking like that, no, I don't think, for me personally, I would not be happy. Sissy?
Yeah, I'm with Trina. He would have to have some form of money, not so much to make me happy, but he definitely have to have some form of capacity, financial capacity for the life and relationship that we're establishing or living in. It's going to cost. It costs money for that.
Yeah. Yeah. And let's be honest, ladies, we've all been there where, well, maybe you haven't, but I know I've been there when money was extremely tight. We were broke. And honestly, being romantic goes out the window when you're trying to figure out how you're gonna pay your bills and how you're gonna eat. I'm just keeping it real.
That's true, but think about his mindset. He may not have any money, but he still may be about something.
Okay, what is he about? Because I that picture.
Because, well, kind of like piggybacking off what you just said, when you start off, you don't have very much of anything, but you're about something. Not only do you have potential, but you've got plans, you've got goals, and you're enacting those things. So right at this very moment, he may not have any money, but hey, give him 5 years, let him get on the grind, let him do some of those things that he's putting into place right now, and you're sitting pretty. So it kind of goes back to the character of the person. If he's looking like this gentleman right here and that's all he's going to be, then no. But if he's got that character and that drive and he's about something, then yeah, there's something to be said for potential plus action.
Trina says, that's nice, but nope. I'm with you, Trina.
I'm with her too. That's a no-go. No.
Kayla said,
Trina, I hear you.
Kayla said, no, what if I want a cheeseburger? I feel you. I'm sorry.
Right.
No.
That's right.
No. Oh my gosh, guys, this was amazing. Thank you for everyone who joined us this evening. This is what we love about Vantage Point. We want to hear from you. We want your input. And you know what? This doesn't have to stop here. If you have some additional things you want to talk about, some posts that kind of make you go, what are some of your thoughts? Share it with us at the Ladies of Vantage Point. So we ask that you join us next time. We're here every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, you heard our Vantage Point. What's yours?
What's your vantage point?